Hello, right, guys. Welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. And if you're a new member, keep on, or if you want to become a member, keep on doing that great things far and wide by dropping it in the description. Click the member button and just keep on sharing it and become a part of the team. So, anyways, as you can see right here, we're going to be talking about Macy Greenwood, and we're going to be talking about the Concacaf U-17 and then the Reggae Boyz, because obviously the Reggae Boyz have failed. So we have to go through things to see what is possible for them to get it right for once. All right, not like the toughest level, but at least at some level that you can gain success. All right, so we had covered it over the Imaxit. So if you want to go over there, you could and look at what took place. All right, and what is required to get to the top. All right, yes. So anyways, we have the situation because we had covered the Macy Greenwood situation, talking about he was freed. Then I had a few personnel sent clips into me to say that, oh, maybe this was the reason why he was freed, because some people still believe that he's guilty and they just let him off. All right, but what new statement comes up, we're going to give it off Talk Sports. They said Macy Greenwood to become father weeks after charges against Manchester United forward were dropped. All right. So personals want to say that maybe the reason why they dropped it in the first place is due to the fact that she was pregnant for the guy. So maybe he was still guilty, because a lot of people don't believe that he's just flat out innocent. So what say you? I'm going to go through the rest of the article and hear what you have to say. Let me know if you're hearing my mic well, because I'm in the upstairs studio, you know how it go. All right, so we have Ush Puppy in the building. Massive respect. Dr. Gigi, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. We have Mr. Lansley Blake in the building. Massive respect. Thanks for being here. Property for sale. All right. Then we have Dr. Mr. Kai checking, massive respect. Claudia Fletcher, massive respect. And then we have Island Cart in the building, massive respect. All right, so what say you on that matter? All right, we're going to go through it just to give you it here. So they said Manchester United player Macy Greenwood is due to become a father for the first time, weeks after charges of attempted rape and assault against him were dropped. The 21-year-old is still suspended by United and has not played for the Premier League since January 2022 when he was arrested. I heard bad and good news. I heard personnel saying that they would like to welcome him back in the camp due to the fact that he was freed and everyone deserve an extra opportunity. So that's a good start for Mr. Greenwood there. All right, yes. So let me go through it right here. All right, and they said Greenwood was taken into custody, which is the same thing, and at this point, let me just clear it. It looks like it's the same girl. He is pregnant. All right, so that's why people making those speculations. So let me know what say you in this discussion, and if it changes your mind at any point for supporting Greenwood to play for Jamaica, or to play for Jamaica. Let me know if it changes your mind, because some said no and some said yes. All right, so let me know if it changes your mind, and maybe this video might not go the longest. All right, yes, because yesterday we did one, and you know it go. All right, yes. So let me move on from Greenwood. We will get back to Greenwood right after. The first thing we have to say, what we did a video yesterday on Algrimson. We talked about what is required and stuff, and you guys gave me a lot of ideas, and I thought it was a good video until TikTok and those guys turn up, which they don't really offer much more than just a disruption. So they won't be coming back. That's the first good thing. You get me? And we don't really care who want to come back. You understand me? Yes. But some of them, we have to make sure they don't come back at all. You get me? Just to make sure we can put out our information, what's needed. All right? Yes. Yeah. So, anyways, now, we talked about a few things like when the Mr. Algrimson talked about the local side and what he has in store for them. And I hope you guys remembered when I said the last time when he did the first camp, I said to you that I saw a guy impressed on the clipping, and I would like to see more from the guy. But because we were heavily concentrated on one person, well, I saw that person yesterday again played, but I don't want to just say that. I want to give you what he said after Algrimson's training. He said after Algrimson's training that the level was very high. He never played at that intensity ever in his life. All right. Yes. And this is sometimes you get the proof right in front of your face, but you don't really take it in. That's what he said, you know. Yesterday, I went and watched him, and I can tell you that his levels is above everyone that I saw on the field. So I am questioning everything to say that if his levels is higher than everyone on the field, and he's saying that he never played at that intensity, what that says, guys. So let me know. What say you on that, what that really says, because and at the same time he was a willing learner. He was a willing learner because he said he wants to learn and he likes it. And to be honest, I think he would be one of the individuals that I would like to see more of. He plays for Cavaliers, all right, and it has nothing to do with Mr. Speed, you know. I am, because I saw someone come in talking us at a BS yesterday. You know that I don't have any affiliation with that player. He scored that hat trick yesterday for Cavaliers. The guy with the goal here, at the time at the trials. Let me give you his name. Let me give you his name. The guy with the goal here. Let me give you his full name. All right, so Cavaliers, Jamaica. All right, so Premier League. All right. So Anderson, the goalie guy, Anderson. So he had an hat trick yesterday in the game. And to be honest, I saw what people saying. It was a scrappy game. To be honest, it was a scrappy game. But at the same time, his positioning and his anticipation of the scrappy game was spot on, and he did a good job and got a trick out of it. So basically, pretty much out of just him being instinctive, got the trick there. And just the same, in the trials, he was actually the most impressive player that I saw, and I wanted to hear from him. And then people said, "Oh, you're bad man. Why you just what you know want to hear about other people?" I'm saying no, because we're talking about the trials, and it's like we never tried to talk on the trials, and people try to give me all sorts of BS. But when I saw this kid doing his thing, I want to make sure we put some lights on that guy Anderson. He keeps on doing a good job. All right, you're hearing us loud and clear. That is very good. That is very good. All right, Yard Fusion, big up yourself, guys. As you come in, make sure to smash the like button, share, and subscribe. This one might not be the longest, but you know we have to burn down the building once we feel like it's need to. Maislin, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Al Grimson should try to recruit him, IMAX. Yeah, man. But I'm just trying to show you that when I was actually saying that I wanted to see more of the guy, it has nothing to do with me bad minding other people. I'm just saying that we are trying to find, we are always trying to avoid football when we all come here and say that we want to look at football, because once I saw the clip, yeah, the thing, he was the one missing chances, creating chances, scoring goals. But we wanted to come out here and talk about other propaganda behavior things. And that's what I've always said. I try to stay on the side of football. It had nothing to do with bad mind. I don't want to push this and push that. No, I wanted to push football first. And I saw that the guy had good movements, good pace, good strength, maybe not the best finishing, but he had good determination, because he failed the first time and he went back again, got a shot off, got it saved, then went back again and scored. So it showed me a lot of things there, and I wanted to know more about him and what Mr. Algrimson thought about that kid. All right, and clearly he went back there and did a good job. So if he gets picked for the next upcoming squad, we cannot say he does not deserve it. All right, yes, I'm glad that I got to see it for myself. So when people come here with their BS, I can tell them that it's flat out BS. Triple E, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Joshua R said him need for come home. Yes. But I'm just trying to show you who is the player. And Anderson. All right. Thank you, Mustak. Mustak, thank you for that one. You know, I'm not 100% familiar with them, so I don't keep their names in my head. But I had it on the phone. Yes. Chris Smith, big up yourself. Thanks, Sabine here. Said, bless up JD and the Imaxit family, the truth seekers. We will always try that because remember, if we said we are looking for something, we are going to get what we went there for. And what we went there for is just to show you that we went there for football. And everyone else never went there for football. So the fact that the guy left said he's going to continue working hard and he continues to score goals because this was not the only goals he scored. So it showcased that this guy might have the attitude to go forward. So I wanted to make sure we give him the respect here. He works hard and he willing to learn. Yes, that is a big difference, guys. The other one, oh you doing, man? I don't think Greenwood is innocent. I think he and the young lady came to an agreement to squash it. I just hope he learns from it. He's young, gets some therapy and work through it. All right, fair enough. Yeah, I'm okay with that. All right, yes. All right. Massive respect, Ricardo Myers, man. Oh, you doing, man? Hope all is well with you and your family. Yes. So that's what I wanted to put out there. All right. For the first 10 minutes, I wanted to give that Anderson kid his credit and show you that that's what football is not as simple as what people tell you. Anyone tell you that football is simple, I think they are only playing football with themselves. All right. Because remember, football is a thing of you're playing with someone else, and nothing with someone else is simple. So you're playing someone else and you're playing against someone else. So you have to always be anticipating what someone else will do. Obviously, they are on your team. So that's called repetitive actions by doing training. So you can anticipate what your teammate would do. And then you have to anticipate what the opposition that's going against you will do. So football is not easy. So when you see some skill sets coming from personnels, you have to give them their respect. And that Anderson kid, he showcased that he wants to try. So if people want to try, you have to give them that green light and always push them forward. So Anderson kid, big up yourself, take care and hope all wish all the best for you, let me get this one on the window for you. I'm trying to get a tab for you right now so we can put it right here because we had some beautiful thing took place yesterday, guys. We had some beautiful that took place to make this there. Hopefully, oh, I'm serious. It might let it on the screen. All right. All right. It will lag on because I'm trying to make sure it's running smooth. It's okay for you? Let me know, guys, if it's okay for you. Because it was running well for 10 minutes, but I know that sometimes it will give lag. So let me know if it's okay, if you're getting any lag. All right. Trey Moon. How you doing, man? How you doing? Hope all is well with you and your family. And music lover came over. Massive respect, music lover. Hope all is well for you. So, anyways, I had went through some things because at first we had let me show you what took place. U-17s, Jamaica went there and they went there to qualify. All right. It was not easy. To qualify a team in that situation due to the fact that you had a lot of other teams, i.e., they don't think football is simple. They work extremely hard. They are actually talented and they are actually educated. All right. And at the end of the day, the people that is dealing with you, dealing with them, they know football is not simple. They are highly educated and they are dedicated to make sure the personnel get their best foot forward. All right. Yes. So with all of that said, Jamaica picked a squad. We heard all once it's Jamaica squad, it's always going to be over the top hyping, and you have to wait until everything really try to simmer down to really see them. So when you see them on the pitch, that's the time you're going to really know what they're capable of. I saw a mixture of Jamaicans and overseas personnel on the pitch. To be honest, Players look okay with the teams that they were playing with. Obviously, from early, clearly saw that you had teams that were just far superior than others, i.e., United States, Mexico looked far superior, and Honduras to a certain extent. Panama came with a different type of superiority, which was more physical. So if you can't beat that physicality, you would have problems. All right. When it comes down to Jamaica now, I never really knew what they were actually good at. To be honest, I never really knew what they were actually good at. And that's where the first problem you have going into a competition. You have to have a clear identity of one of the five tiers that you are something good at. I don't necessarily think they were good at any one of those things coming in. All right. I thought that they never really went in there with all the necessary tools together, like what we just talked about. Know that the game ain't simple, work hard, having the talent, having the education, and then the same thing for the personnels beside them as well. I don't think we went into it like that, because I never saw that, because nobody knew where each others were. The passing was not good. um the link up play was not good. The field was stretched, so every single thing that could have went wrong there. And to be honest, in the end, I don't think they have the same level of talents as the personnel them that actually qualified. I don't see them having that same level of talents. I'm not going to be delusional, and I've said that straight up. The Mexicans them are far superior, the Americans are far superior, the Canadians them are far better, and it shows on the pitch. Spacing, the stamina level, everything was there. It showed on the pitch. Period. All right. It was no comparison with the level. All right. So, you could fix that. You could fix that now. That is where I have the problem. You could fix that now going forward. First thing, you have to take football serious. You have to know what football entails. All right. You have to know what football entails. Then you have to get the most educated persons around that, and also educate the people them. So obviously we spoke to more than one personnel, which would be like the Kingston Academy guy, which he said he's improving those guys. I love that. I love that, because that shows me that there is some hope somehow there. You get me? That means there is some hope somehow there, and I will welcome that. So that is something that could improve over time. There is some hope somehow there. All right. Yes. So you would need a person like the Kingston Academy guys, them to keep pushing the kids them and keep leveling them up. I don't know when they're gonna reach that level, but remember, sometimes hard work with the dedication at the time, with a good coach, with the education and educating the players, them they could give a good performance and a good account of themselves. And the win mentality over the top instant is not always the solution. All right, you have to work hard, collect data, go back again, work hard again. All right, until you can actually complete it. You get me? It is not as easy as what you think. These guys have been doing these things for years, so it's not just easy. Because when I got some data from some of my friends, them coming in from the Mexican and American teams, they are telling me how long they are doing this thing, and it was surprising how long they were doing it. They were doing it for a couple of years well, and they were setting everything in stone for a couple of years well. All right, so these are the things that you have to put in place, and you have to believe in what you're doing, or else it's going to be a problem for you. All right. And I thought that Jamaica failed at all of those levels. Don't think they knew what they were doing in majority of the situations. I was not really, if you put it in its totality, I always heard Jamaicans, oh, we have to put it to our standard. No, you're playing other teams, so you cannot put it to your standard. Your standard is the other teams that you're playing standard, and none of the players them that Jamaica had on the field never lived up to that standard. It's just true. We have this tendency to want to feel sorry for ourselves, so we cannot have a straight conversation. None of the players them were impressive. The only player you could say did it well for himself was the actual goalkeeper, the secondary goalkeeper that never really started at first. All right, him is the only one you could remember that he did somewhat respectable for himself, but no one else were actually on the level to really qualify, because the teams them were much massively better. You understand me? So all of that you have to put together. All right. Let me just go through the comments, and then we will we will we will move it from there. All right. Big up yourself, Martin. Big up yourself, Martin. Then Cian says, big up JD, on the truth revealing show. No propaganda or false narrative. We will never do that. And I think that's what we will continue doing. That's the only reason why we are going to stay here, because that's the only thing we are going to continue doing, because we know that people always want the actual information. You get me? And we didn't recruit a lot of players that we could have if they said that they were preparing for 2 years. No, yes, we did do a good recruitment, and that is required. All right. So Warren said, JD, we should allow our players to develop home and abroad and make teams based on merit. Yes, I think that would have changed a lot. All right. Big up yourself, Kai. Thanks for being here. All right. That's a good one coming from Father Warren right there. Make it based on merit. 1000%. That is the best thing. All right. So, anyways, now let me look at what took place now with the actual talented teams, because these are what we're going to match up ourselves with, the actual talented teams. So let me just go here just to show you. The game finishes 15-14 shots in favor of United States, 8-7 on target in favor of Mexico, 32% for Mexico to 68. All right, and the passes was 225 to 478. Accuracy for United States was 81. All right, now so when you look at that statistics now, you're questioning, United States never won it. All right, because the game varies. How the game started, Mexico pressed the life out of United States, caused as much problems. Carrillo up top really held his line well, brought in Lamele and Robert Barajas in the play. All right, once those three guys were up inside the defensive line of Verhoeven, Jura, because Jura was over here and Hall was inside. So the two fullbacks then was actually number 3 and number 2. All right. So once they had to pin back, it create a longer spacing for Mexico to play through. All right. And that was the big advantage there. That was the massive advantage there for Mexico. Lamele had a 10 out of 10 display for the time that he spent on the pitch. Carrillo, he was one of the best players of the season, and Barajas is one of the best players coming into the tournament, so you knew that. And their pressing caused all sorts of problems for United States. It disrupt them midfield and defensive third. So that's why it looks a little way, because what they would have normally done, they would have made 2 passes to get straight back into the attacking third. So they weren't relying on actual passing in their own third. And if you have 5 passes in your own third, in their third, and then they have 250 passes, it would seem that the possession was theirs, but the effective possession was on the Mexican side at all times. And Barajas looks like a quality player, an actual quality player. Lamele to me looks like a good player that can really go places. And Carrillo, I think I'm more hyped on this guy. All right. Urias came off. He's definitely solid. Then you have Alvarez. He got the best player of the tournament. When he started, he scored a bicycle goal that I talked about. Yeah. And it was good. It was good, guys. It was definitely good. All right. Yes. So you can see it. And when I look at these players, I'm going to show you how confident I am. If you take these players and bring them today, this under 17 team, you saw that, they said Jamaica played Portmore United. I think this under 17 team can play Portmore United itself and maybe win the game. But if they play Portmore United big team, or any one of the Jamaican national main teams, they are not going to look out of their depth. I am telling you, they are not going to look out of their depth. You get me? Because the principle of football does not change. And these are guys that are already playing in better environments. And what the composure that they do have is ridiculous. Their pressing game would have actually clamped down a lot of people, because the Americans really falter under their pressing game, which was impressive. That was the first one I truly liked there, the pressing game. it was really impressive there, guys. All right. So I can tell you, I am betting on this team to come here and beat a Premier League team. I am betting on it. I know I don't come out and say that, but there's the fundamentals. The way our Romero just look there, beat his man, and ping it forward for Urias to latch onto. It shows you the level of intelligence there. All right. So I would love for you to go and watch it and see how people play out of a triangle press. You get me? See how people actually play out of a triangle press from both teams. Out players self thought and explain themselves out of the own maze on the field. It was amazing to watch 17, 16 year olds and 15 years olds playing football with that level of intelligence. All right. And that's something that I don't really see much in certain part of the games locally, to be honest, and our football period. All right. And we have to give them respect. But what we saw yesterday was good from both teams. Kevin Williams, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. If you disagree, Boston said, JD, do you think the altitude helped Mexico with constant pressing through the 90? But the United States, they did control the play. So I just believe that they never figured out to pass out of the triangle trap majority of the time. They did sometimes, but not fast enough to really make a big impact, you know? JD, this tournament shows up Jamaica selection process and the levels of our local coaches. I'm gonna say something as well. Black Star Radio, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna say something. I think it doesn't matter what Jamaica put out there. Jamaica wouldn't have qualified. Even if you get the best Jamaica team, they wouldn't have qualified because football don't work like that. Football work like this. You respect football. The first thing you respect football. The first thing, take your time. Take your time and build yourself up. You don't just rush football, so you can't just go and get them. So if you're getting the best players, you have to get them for a longer period of time. So I think Jamaica could not have qualified for this tournament. Could not have qualified. What I saw, it doesn't matter if Messi turn up. He couldn't have learned these players what to do in that time and himself to do that at that time. You get me? It would not work. So I don't I am breaking up. You said I'm breaking up. Let me know if others hear me well. All right. This team will beat Portmore United 3-0, no doubt. All right. Let me see if I'm breaking up. Well, people hear me well, and I've checked my thing, and it's working well. All right. Yes. So people, so for me, I am not even jumping to beat certain people after realizing certain things because I think what I'm looking at, I don't think we would have qualified anyway. Because we are just not as good as what we naturally go out with because we think it's positivity, but we weren't that good, brother. And I don't even think whosoever picked we would have done well because we have to look at all the other angles for doing well. All right. We have to look at all the other angles for doing well. All right. It takes a lot more to do well. DJ Gigs, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Martin said, agree. We don't have any structure. Warren said, JD, both teams were composed and managed the game and created chances. It's a process. I agree. Yes, man. Yes, man. I checked it. I'm hearing well. So I think Black Star is just his phone breaking up. It's not my system breaking up at all. All right. Yes. So based on what I saw, I don't necessarily think we could have qualified at any point. You get me? We need more than that. So why I said that, I think that we have to do a deeper assessment on what to do going forward, and you have to implement all of those things. All right. So kudos to Mexico and United States because they are the real ones that people should be talking about. All right. That shows you the levels what football need to reach. And those are always the pedestal that you should always have to look at. Know where you are, who you are, and then work from there. You get me? But if you approach it different, not knowing who you are, I think you might have some problems going in the future. You get me? JD, the truth is not an offense. We need real, yes, man. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think we would have qualified regardless. Because I don't think we are up to that level. We don't do none of the fundamentals good enough. and we never had the talent because we never had better talent than them, none at all. So they are more educated, they have better fundamentals, their coaches are better, and their players are better. So I don't know how you put that over, and they have art. Because I think when you come out of that, you say Mexico is one of the hardest working team. I can assure you, everyone will come out of that and say that Mexico is one of the hardest working team they saw. So if you have all of those things, how are you going to beat these guys? It only goes to show that you have to do a lot of work in order to qualify. In order to do something in life, you have to do a lot of work. That's what you're seeing right now. You have to just do a lot of work, and that is the bar that you have to go on. So we have the only way we're going to qualify for these events, if we don't want to work hard, we have to always wait until Mexico, United States, and Canada um coming out of the competition so we can get an easier ride. But if you want to qualify naturally, you have to work extremely hard. I'm very sorry, but that is the only way for it to be done. Work extremely hard. All right, so I have to say kudos to Mexico. They had players that all could have actually be the best player of the tournament. I think Navarrete Torres, number 4, solid player. Reading, exceptional. Tackling, exceptional. Even though he was one at fault for Figueroa to jockey Figueroa, and Figueroa passed him at the time. All right, with the shot. All right, so that is something. One mistake he made, it cost him a goal, because that's what high level football does. Ramiro, definitely one of the players you're going to see back in the U20s. All right, super talent. Camacho, in the number 6 role, exceptional, intelligent player. All right, he had a penalty in the end to seal up the win 3-1. And then you move up top, you have Urias. Urias is a big engine. He's the definition of hard working with actual talent. So you're not gonna come and overrun him. He's gonna always be the pace setter. Alvarez, he got the best player of the tournament. Even though I'm not 100% sure about it. Yes, Lamele, a next hard worker, extreme. I think he's the hardest worker in the entire tournament. All right. Barajas, I would say he's definitely one of the most talented player naturally. So maybe he never get the right amount of game time because they rotated players at the start and also in the end. All right. Yes. So he never really got his time to really. He displayed the quality, because in the Panama game he dominated that game, but you wanted to see more from him because he's that talented. JA football love too much shortcut, and because of that our football is failing. Right, DJ Geek said, I'm actually a football question based on your football knowledge. What's the 5 things you could think of that wouldn't take Jamaica to the U-17? We talked about it in this video, what stopped us, so what gained Mexico and United States successes, and that's what stopped us, because we have had none of those things. You get me? Because remember, the first thing, we think that we're talented as everybody else, and I'm telling you, that's what the coaching staff thinks. So evaluating your actual players, know what you can work with, increase your capability of making right subs. I saw Tenag talking about Manchester United. He talks about, he knows what the players could do. He knows they're not better than Manchester City's players, but he knows what he needs to inject at what time. So it simply means it's not bringing down a player if you know that they're not better than the next team. It's called man management and actually being educated, because that's what Tenag's saying on Sky Sports. You think his players are upset with him? He just won a damn trophy. He has the dressing room doing good things. It's so life funny. It's called context. It's just the way you perceive things. Because what happened now? If a man tell us, brother, better than the next player over here, so you don't even want to wait. In our society, we don't even want to wait on the man to explain the second part. Oh, how are you, man? Wait. So your attitude changes everything, because Manchester United laughing to the bank. I saw Luke Shaw telling me what the coach did for him to improve. So these are the things shows you. So I always believe that that's why that's why one of the things why I said I wanted an overseas manager, because they don't know our culture and they are not going to live off our culture. So a culture to get things done, they're going to come with by the book thing. And that's what I think a coach from our region, our country would always do. They will always lead by the culture. And some of our culture's ways cannot go over the line. I'm very sorry. So that is important as well. You get me? It's important to know what players fit your system. Yes, and know the quality of your players. And that's what you have to move with. You get me? Big up yourself, Phil Jones. How you doing, man? Massive, massive respect, man. Big up, big up. How you doing? How you doing? Um, Remember, I said I never wanted to do so long, but you guys are here, so I have to keep on chopping it up. All right. Chris Smith said Martin Becker show we up big time, but when you talk about it, people want to say you're negative. No, but it's called educational things, because if you don't know nothing, you're gonna keep on talking. You get me? Yes, because remember, I said I've listened to people said that, oh, the people are the best at this and that in a region, because we are so caught up to be in the best of certain things, but yet still we can't win anything. And if you go to the deep dive into even what they're classing as the best, it's not true. You understand me? It's a big ass lie. You understand me? Yeah. So that is one of the things Mr. Giggs, we have to change our attitude and mentality. You get me? It's not bad to think that you're not better than the next person. You know why? Because you know what required to be better than the next person. Because you already know where you are. But if you think that you are better than the next person from day one and you're not, you get a reality check. But you're gonna get a reality check when you're already on the battlefield. So you cannot get to move out of the way, or stop anything, and that's the big difference. So DJ gig. So the those things, with actual talent, Mexico was better than Jamaica. United States was better than Jamaica, more talented than Jamaica, more educated, and everything playing at a higher level. Everything was just different. So everything was just better. Period. Everything was just better. So with everything which was better, DJ gigs, they had humility. They knew what they had to work on. They sit down for days, worked on thing. They never took anybody for granted. You get me? So that's what really gave them that edge. So humility is one of the main thing you need to have. Yes, you have to approach things. You know, you know, you want to learn, not you know everything. You want to learn it. You get me? Or you know what's required to implement it. And I don't think they knew what they needed at the time. So they could implement it there. Arco, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. We have 50 at the house. Make sure to smash the like button. We're already here for 36 minutes. So let me see how much likes on the video. Because we don't want to do a long one. I think an hour should be okay. So let me see if we get to 20 likes on the video. All right. I'm seeing 4. Let me shut it off and look again. So get it up to 50. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. And when you're rewatching it, let me know your thoughts as well. You notice what I've done? I built the video around the actual teams that are good. I know some people cannot stomach it, but it's the reality. You get me? So I want to give the actual teams their credit once, for one, and then reason what you could do to improve your side for the second. So I'm coming with humility here to know that these are better players. You get me? They're better at everything, and they want it because they wanted it more over even United States. You get me? So that's down in the 8th tier position. You have to just understand, and then you work your way up. You get me? Yes. So our attitude determines where we are gonna go. It's important not to confuse coaches, allowing the qualified people to do the job. The problem is, are we have the ability to learn and follow instruction? I don't know. DJ Geek said, one of the things I noticed with Jamaican, if we not good at something, some of us think we too smart to ask for help. But at least just figure it out. And that's why I respect. That's why I said here, and one got upset. That's why I said I respected Mr. Speed, because Mr. Speed came here and said he does not know it. He does not know it, and he wants to know it. And I respect that, because that is a man that come out and want to say that he does not know something. Because for years I was here, And all I hear from people, oh, you know everything. They know everything. They know everything. So when I heard him said that, that's why I respect people. I don't just come and respect you because through you said me your friend. No, I've listened to your attitude, movements, and everything. And what I saw from Mr. Speed, I had to show him respect, even though he's not my cup of tea type of persons because they're doing certain things sometimes wrong. But I still have to show you respect because he himself said they never knew and they went and go and get the coach that we are saying that we respect today. You understand me? So they went and get the job done. So how can I come here and not eat for Mr. Speed and for what reason? That don't make much sense. That simply means I would have just wanted to have problems with people. Because remember, in life, if that means you just have problems with people. So if I should hate the man after the man do the right thing, that simply means I just hate the person and he couldn't have done anything for me to actually like the person. So if you do something and I find it good for the end goal, which is the country, I'm going to respect that. And for you come out and say you never know it, that's good. So the two things he came out and said, the coaches are not educated and they never knew much things. And sometimes we ourselves act like we know too much. I respect those those statements flat out because that was all that I was actually saying from day one. The approach that we should go with, and he went with it. So kudos, man. Big kudos to Mr. Speed there, man. Big kudos. All right. Give to Caesar things that are yes, but Sian, this became so toxic. People cannot see reality anymore. You get me? So the space have become so toxic. So it becomes like a war for unnecessary reasons. So you cannot come out and say Caesar deserved that credit. So I had to give him his credit. You understand me? And I have to give Anderson's credit because they were doing something. And you have to respect people that did something. All right. So that's all I'm gonna look at it, guys. So what say you? Let me know in the comment section and let me know what you think Jamaica could have done. Let me use the last 20 minutes to work on what you think Jamaica can do to compete with Mexico and other countries. I've already said, to me, I don't think we have no talent comparable to Mexico. It's not true. I've heard persons came here and because I said that, they started to jump on me. But Mr. Speed them said that as well, but I think we don't have the talent to compete with them 1000%. I don't think we have the work ethic to compete with them. I don't think we have the education to compete with them at this point. So what we can do to qualify, at least let me know from your side, because I don't think so, and I'm not a liar, I'm not going to come to you and tell you nothing different. I'm going to tell you as it is, and that is the reality, because I have the factual proof to show you. You understand me? The factual proof is there. You get me? So I can't come and tell you any lie. You get me? Because when I came here and talk about spacing and reaction timing, people thought that I was an idiot. I saw TikTok and those guys talking about, oh, nothing in the name. So then I hear the coach that we just paid too much money said the same thing. I heard Paula said the same thing. So it clearly tells you that sometimes you just don't know, but you wish not to research because you think you know it all. You understand me? Yes. So I would like to hear from you guys, whether now or in the comment section after. All right. Yes. Because we're trying out the shorter version shows, Yes. What do you think they can do going forward to actually compete? I have laid out my points, so I want to hear from you your points. Trippy said, even the technical director agrees with your statement, JD. He said in it recent and another interview. Yes, but they have all said it in the end. At first they were going against it when I was actually tackling them, but in the end they all said it because they pay the people the same money. Yes. So I am not going to lie to you. I don't think we are as good as them. So when you hear the people that come, and this is the next thing I want to point out as well. You have a lot of people, not because they're overseas, mean they know nothing. All right, because it still remains that you educating yourself means that you know something. You have a lot of people that are coming off pride more than anything else. So through their overseas, they will come and tell you, oh, I see some Liverpool people Liverpool under 20s not look good as the Manning Cup and all them foolishness there. That is a selfish pride. You know why? Because they can't be something at that level. So they envy that level and want to give you some false pride as well. So they are selling you false pride. You get me? Those are some people that I cannot stand. You get me? Yes. Because I can tell you when I look back at the Liverpool and the other teams overseas, no Manning Cup team not beating nothing. Don't let nobody fool you guys. You get me? Because I think not even under 17s Mexican team beat none of those teams just the same. You get me? Because you have the same thing, which is the tempo, the spacing, and the spacing of the team. All right. Yes, you have those things that naturally goes by areas. So you cannot falsify it. You cannot falsify it, none at all. You get me? But they don't know. They just don't know because they don't know what they should be looking for. And that's why you need to educate yourself in the first place. You get me? Then, and that's what I think is the next thing, really bringing us down. Because we have a lot of people, we just want to desperately hear only good things. We have a lot of people come and tell us all sorts of madness, and we take it up and then invest in that madness because through they started out hyping us up. You get me? We invest we invest in that madness, and I think what Mr. Speed them doing is the best thing going forward. Don't invest in none of those madness. Invest in the actual proof. You get me? And keep on educating the people and stick by education. If a man don't have the education, I'm very sorry, you don't give them the job. You get me? Make sure you get the education. I don't want to hear about who can do the job round and back. Football not that time. You know, if you can do the job round and back, you know what you need to do? Have some determination that you're gonna get the qualification. Because over here you have 70-year-old people still do them badges. Still no, not 70, 65-year-old people still learn because they just want to complete that. They are not necessarily going to get any job at the point, but they just want to complete it. You get me? So if you are in football and you don't want to do the job, what that makes you? You're not competent enough to give people the right amount of the right amount of support to get the job done. You're not competent enough. I'm very sorry. If you don't want to upgrade yourself on a license, I don't care what type of football you play. You're not going to get the job. It should stick at that. We have to stick at some standards. We have to stick at some standard, guys. Period. We have to stick at some standard at certain point, or else we are going to be in massive problem. So I think Mr. Speed them doing the right thing. And who want to call me Mr. Speed and boy? No. I talk as how it goes and I don't hate other people. What people does, they hate other people. So they can't see the truth and say anything at any point. I have no hatred. I don't know these people. I came on YouTube just to talk about football and Jamaica got involved. And then I talk about others. So I don't know these people and I don't care about them. But if they are doing something good, I would tell you, stick by education. Nobody without education should be around the lineup, because when I looked at the team yesterday, the game yesterday, it was both tactically breakdown, trying to get the angle of the game. You get me? And you start defending all activities. We have Eames. Eames said, blessings, JD, and everyone in the chat. We need to swallow our pride and seek help from our people in the diaspora. We have educated and qualified personnel in the world. Yes, and that's the next thing I would say. Before we beg money always from people, let we start from actually seeking their services first. Because sometimes what we do is take the money and don't do nothing with the money either. All right, so seek the services from people rather than seeking the money. As what I've always said, if you learn how to do the thing, it's better than actually getting the immediate money, because you can repeat the process. So seek the services of people that can actually show you the way how to do it rather than trying to take money from people. All right, yes. Jay, big up yourself, man. Massive respect. Omar Fowling, big up yourself. You guys turn up late, You guys turn up late. I was just here and I said I wanted to run off a program to give back respect for United States and the Mexico that played a brilliant game. Yes. Yes, but Drea, it's okay, man. Later, it will be visible once we done the program. We don't rush things, Drea. We set the thing, So why should we have a problem? Kai said, "Oh, can you be the director of football in Jamaica and you are on the bench of our team and you don't have a notebook or table or to take our tablet to take notes?" All right, that is true. The attitude going forward, but I think it's going to improve. First thing, I think the JFF should do is get a youth coach that qualified at the highest level, and start from this. So because I don't think the local coaches know how to evaluate youths. That is true as well. All the problems that he faced in the game. Yes, man. Yes, man. You saw yesterday was a very good game, and I was here. People wonder if I was Mexican, Obviously, people always think that I'm somewhere other than Jamaican, but it's just all about me loving football. You understand me? TEDx said, "Happy Monday, big up yourself. Thanks for being here." El Padrino in the building said, "Big up, JD, the realest channel. Ate it. Big up." Sheep ate it. Oh yeah, man, the sheep never gonna eat it. Yes, and we just turn up and burn down the building every single time. All right. Yes. Jace Laguna just passed through. All right. Jace Laguna, we are literally testing out our thing. So you're lucky you catch 5 seconds. You would have gotten a rewatch with a little dust beside it. I actually get the score correct, JD. I said 3-2 and they won 3-1. DNA, you never got the score correct. JD, you just love football like myself. Yes, yes, yes. But people said that because that's what I'm telling you, the pride, the false pride. Oh, you love 80 more than anybody. No, I just like to see certain things. And if I'm studying it, I want to see go put into action. And that's all I'm doing. You get me, JD? In my opinion, I think we should call back Paul Hall for the youth setup. And but you're gonna hear that they don't have any money and they need $1 billion to beg and all sorts of foolishness. You understand me? And I don't have time for that. You get me? Because other Suriname, look how much top coach they have actually hired. Curacao, how much top coach they have actually hired. You hear nobody talk about them now have the money and them now have this. That's the next thing we are short of. We are short of a bunch of con men that love opportunities to beg. You understand me? And that's not my thing, man. You get me? Show some results first before you beg, man. You get me? Yes. But I guess it kind of coincide with the ego of our people. So because we are going to be on next side and we want to show off, so we have money, we give them without no accountability behind it. You get me? Yes. So it's a lot of thing, man. But hopefully they can put it together and get it done. Hopefully they can put it together and get it done in the end. We need to stop interfere with the coach and allow the man to do his job 100%. You get me? JFF too mean cause them want to wrap up the money. I don't know. I don't know. Kai, big up. My great brother. All right. So let me see now. We analyze. Let me see if we reach 3,000 likes on the video. Because we're coming up to the hour. To be honest, the most important part of the development is the youth, and that is a fact. That is a fact. All right. Yes. All right. We are on 60,000 likes. We need to get 100,000 likes, which equates to 100 likes on the video. So give me the next 40 likes on the video. We have what 9 more minutes to go, and then we have to check out. Check out as well. Warren would have said. Yes, and then tomorrow, we might have a longer show to trap up. Yes, maybe tomorrow, but we had some things throughout the day to cover and do. Yeah, so that took up our time. Yeah, but we still try to pass through and give United States, Mexico, Canada some respect, because that's what I have to do more. Because I can't see why I have to come over here and glorify something that I don't see. I know it's a lie. I can't. Believe me, guys. Once I see something is good, I am going to say it. I just don't see it as yet. You get me? The other day when I came here and said the reggae girls are they're doing a good job. What you guys said? You guys said, "Oh, I'm not care. Them lost the games." And I said, "No, but I saw a pattern that could lead to success in the future because it might trickle down to the youth stage and be effective." But you guys curse them out, you know? So I don't know. Maybe you are just because we are losing so much, that's why you just got upset, you know? Yes, Ian said everybody understand that football is a business. But in order for us to get success, we have to make sacrifices. And I think some of the guys in the JFF willing um not willing to do that are willing. What which one of them? Do you know we have qualified youth coaches in the English set like Joby McAnuff. Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Instead of yes, we talked about Mason Greenwood already, but we will touch on it for the next 7 minutes. Instead of going there, we would only want their money because truly we don't believe in them either. You get me? It's just an exploit. So we want their money. That's what we want. So we just want the people from overseas money. When they have the education can give you. So why you need the money if they have the education that can come and produce it and you can get success at the same time and get a free education? Why? You know? But it's weird. Do we okay. Yes. What happened? Personnel start to complain because they were saying to me that okay, see, maybe he was actually guilty. People even said it here. He was actually guilty. But because she's pregnant, that's the reason why. They moved they dropped everything. But I am not sure, so I'm not going to come here and say things like that, you know. Yes. JD, the Reggae Girls last game that they played, it was one of the best performances I ever saw from them. Okay, and that's what I'm saying, man. I like what they did. Donaldson needs to narrow down his final 30 players. That is definitely something. All right, you know what? Let me give the little girls them some attention. You know, I will add it in the description in the end. All right. JD, what you think can change the JPL to make it more viable league, because the present format cannot survive. You have to sit down. You can't just jump and say what will be a success. You have to analyze our region, as what we always said. We have to know who we are as a people, so we have to know what level we're truly at. So if we are no good, at this point we are not top 5, top 10, we actually acknowledge that, and then we approach it step by step. So we move on to the educational side of the coaches. Then we make sure we start having more classrooms for players. You know, so you educate the players them as well, because if football need educated people. I'm telling you, it need educated people too as well. You get me? Yes. I'm not saying we don't have educated people, but I'm saying I'm going to make sure that is present on both sides. So the coaches and the players. Yes. Yes. So that's the first thing I need to do. I need to make sure these people can figure out what's going on the damn field, and the coach can figure out, can pass on the knowledge that's required. At the same time, those are the things that we have to work with. All right. JD, you have any info on the U20 Reggae Girls? No, I don't think so. I don't think we have any info on the Reggae Girls. But EM's the one thing, and I've always told you don't necessarily need it, because if a football you're paying attention to, once it starts, you're going to see them on the field, and we will be here to watch them. All right. I was watching the African U20 game, and I heard the commentator said the coach is teaching them how to play under pressure, which just playing for a country is already pressuring. Yes, man. Yes, man. I saw my brethren from Nigeria reported on the U20s. Yes, so Nigeria doing good in it as well. Maybe if they win their final game, I will figure out how to watch it and cover a match on it. Cover a match on it as well. It's a good tournament, and just to show the footballing levels. All right. Yeah. So yeah, man. So we just passed through, guys, chop up a few things because we wanted to make sure we give you that. All right. Yes. So as what we said, we deal with facts only, and we don't want nothing else. So we are not pretenders. and we don't need nothing from you. We are going to stay on facts, and the facts remain. These teams, the reason why they are at where they are, is not because of mistake. It's not because of mistake. They are the best teams in the region. They are the best teams in the region at all levels. And it's not by mistake, it's because of hard work, actual talent, and the education to harness the talent out of the kids them. All right. So that is the situation at hand at this point. So this was a good one. A lot of people came in. Our people that we wanted answers from. So respect and thanks. Tomorrow we will return again for maybe a next hour show. Yes. JD, microphone sound clean like an upgrade again. No man, this is a different studio. So it all people always like this one. So maybe I will take this one downstairs. Is because I had some connective issues with it on the phone. But because I'm not using the phone line or nothing on the computers, I might can bring this downstairs and you will appreciate it. So we will do so then. Big up yourself, big boss. Algrim said, big boss, you need to come on the Imaxit. Yeah man. Whatever happen, I will happen. So massive respect, guys. Take care. I am going to complete some more work and we will link up a next time. So respect. All right, big up.